Good morning, my Yarnie friends and my Yarnie family. I'm Sara, Sach, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet podcast. And I think today we have a lot to talk about. First of all, I wanted to answer a couple of questions. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, those who prayed for me and thought about me, sending me good vibes. I went to the doctor yesterday. I did not have COVID. I was just convinced I did because I was so tired, but I did not. I just had allergies that turned into a sinus infection and then a chest cold. We've got some medications for high blood pressure, and I'm feeling a lot better. Now, I do sound a little bit nasal because my nose was running like water and the medications just stopped me right up. So I'd rather sound nasal and be stopped up than have my nose running all over the place. Anyway, I'm feeling a whole lot better. Okay? So thank you for those who sent me all those nice emails and messages. It meant a lot to me that you were thinking about me. It's like I have gone from one thing to another since we moved into our new home here. Oh well, no sense being upset about it. The other question I wanted to answer is I've had a lot of people ask me about, can they order from my Etsy shop, the bags that we have, the Coffee and Crochet, like the sign I have back there. The Coffee and Crochet with Sara bags. We have the zipper bags. We have those in black and in the off-white. They're all canvas. Anyway, a lot of people have been asking me, is it okay if they order? Because you can only order those through my Etsy shop. And yes, my Etsy shop was not affected by the bank situation, okay? My orders have been going through just fine, and I've been getting paid just fine. So, and I do have quite a few on there now. So if you are waiting, because we we had a situation where the black zipper bags sold so quickly that I ended up having to order from another place and get them made because we were having so many of them asked for. Okay, so those are back in stock. We have the canvas bigger tote bags and the small bags back in stock, as well as the black small ones and large ones back in stock. And then the muslin bag, which is a little bit thinner, those are all back in stock too. So don't worry, if you want to order one of our bags from the Etsy shop, you can. And you can find that Etsy link down in the notes under this video when we're all done with the video. You just scroll down and it'll say Etsy and you can click on there. Okay, so yeah, I understand you were concerned that I wouldn't get my money, but it's been working just fine. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up before we got started. Now we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to announce the winner. And I was looking through the names to see if the winner was there, and I see the winner. So that should put a little funness in your gumness. Alrighty, so we're going to announce that in just a second. We're also going to talk about how I ended up making 3 trips to Hobby Lobby. Okay, and then we're going to talk about what's new this week on my YouTube channel. Okay. I am still coughing a little. Don't panic. It's not contagious through the screen. It was so cute when I went to the doctor yesterday. There's a new receptionist. Very nice. I love my doctor and my doctor's office. They're always super kind. But when I was done going to the doctor's office, I had to go to the dentist because I'm getting a new... remember I busted out my right front tooth? They gave me a new tooth, so now I need a new night guard retainer. And so I went in to check to see if that was ready, and then I'm going to go back in today, make sure it fits. Anyway, it was a busy day yesterday. I made it through. All right, so are we ready to find out who the winner is? So let me talk a little bit about what it is. 2 weeks ago, and let me tell you, if you want to know about all the giveaways, the first Tuesday of every month, I show you and announce what the giveaway is. Then I give you 2 weeks to get involved. That way, if people don't see that video, they'll see the next one. Simple, right? Okay, now, if you're ever wondering and you can't find it, I'm going to show you again on my iPad how you can find the live videos, okay? Let's do this real quick. It'll just take a second. There's my other screen. Here's my iPad. Don't watch. I'm going to put my code in. Okay. Now, I did the pictures a little bit different. So, this is my YouTube channel. Crochet Designs by Sara, Sach. My webpage, Posh Pooch Designs, okay? When you come to this page, go to that, see that little thing right there? That is a magnifying glass. And you can put in there Sara, Sach, and it'll bring you to this page. Okay, so then, let me go to the next picture. Come on, iPad, work for me. There we go. It takes you to this, okay? If you hit that live button, it takes you to this. This is today's video. And see right there where it says notify me? When you go in there, if that notify me is still there, hit that notify me. It'll tell you when I have a live video. If it's not there, just hit that screen and it'll take you right to our live video. That means it's either already happened or it's happening now. Okay? Now, because I want everybody who can be involved in our, in our giveaways to be involved. Everybody has a fun time when they can be involved in a giveaway. And I get emails all the time that says the same winners always win. But I've been going through my lists and I haven't had the same winner in a really long time. I'm talking years. Okay? So that does not happen very often. All right, now let me show you again what the giveaway is. It is a mystery box. This is the priority mailbox size. Let's see, it's the medium flat rate. You can see it's bulging because I got a lot of yarn stuffed in there. And I added some more to it this morning because I found some more that I thought would be fun. And there's all kinds. There's cotton and acrylic. I didn't put any wool because a lot of people have trouble with wool. So there won't be any wool in there. Okay, and it's probably about $70, $75 worth of yarn. Okay, plus there's also one of my bags in there. One of the coffee and crochet, like back there. It's one of the beige canvas ones. I decided to put that in there as well because I like people to have them. All right, so that's what the winner is going to receive. Now I'm going to announce the winner's name, but I want to remind you, never, ever, ever, ever put your email address or your shipping address in a comment anywhere, okay? If you're the winner, there are two ways you can contact me. Down underneath this video, when we're all done, scroll down where it says website. Click that website, and then there'll be a little contact tab. It'll say contact me or contact us. I can never remember what we put on there. Hit that contact tab. It'll shoot an email right to me, and you can send me your shipping address. If you don't want to do that, the other way is to go to my Facebook page, Posh Pooch Designs, and send me a message. I personally feel more secure if you send it to me in an email. That way you and I are the only ones who ever has a possibility of seeing your email address or your shipping address, okay? All right, are you ready? Let me get a little sip of coffee. Somebody do a drum roll. Kim's not here today, is she? She usually does our drum roll. Well, I miss seeing her name. Okay, are you ready? The mystery box winner is, and I'm probably going to butcher your name, just so that you know, because I'm not any good at names, or language for that matter. Antoinette Lejeune? Lejeune? I'm so sorry. I am terrible with names. Antoinette, Antoinette, Lejeune, Lasseigne. Congratulations. And I'm pretty sure I saw your name at the beginning when I was glancing up. Okay, now, like I said, underneath this video, scroll down where it says website, click the contact me button, or contact us, and it'll shoot me an email and you can send me your shipping address, okay? And if you email me, I can also send you the tracking number because then I've got your email address also. But I don't do anything with your email addresses. Once the package is shipped, I delete that email. Okay? Just so you know. Congratulations. I'm sorry about the cough. It sounds horrible, but it's really not, because my chest feels a lot more clear. Okay? Just thought I'd clear that up. Okay, so let's move right along to my last week. I went to Hobby Lobby. I went to 2 different ones, and I made a video about it. It was really kind of fun, and the things that we found there. But neither one of those stores were having the clearance sale yet. And so I decided to go again and hit my Hobby Lobby up here in Yukon. It is a really nice Hobby Lobby. I have to say, the people are really nice there. I've heard people say that the ones that they go to are not nice and they're unkind or whatever. I have learned that if you ask your questions in a kind way, that they respond in kind. In other words, I know they're busy. They're marking markdowns, or they're rearranging the store. And when seasons change, like right now we're going into spring, they're putting out all the spring stuff and the Easter stuff and the summer stuff. And people are busy. I get it. I worked in retail. Okay? And so you need to, don't come across as condescending or you should be doing this sort of thing. But there are ways of coming across, you know, in a really kind way. And I usually start with, I understand you're busy. I worked in retail too, so I get it. But are you marking your clearance down yet? You know, you smile on your face goes a long way, you know. And so don't be a, as I say, Karen, be a Sara. Anyway, I want to show you what I got. I'm so excited. Sorry again. I went to my local Hobby Lobby in Yukon. They were marking their clearance down, and I had the best conversation with the lady. I'm telling you, it was so funny. I have to tell you this story before I show you what I got. Okay, so I came the day after most of the markdowns were done, and a lot of stuff was already gone, and I had already told myself I was not spending more than $25 to $30. And you can get a lot of yarn on clearance for that price, by the way. So I came around the corner, and the lady was marking down the hanks. And I said, "Good morning," you know, and she's like, "Good morning." I said, "I see you're doing your markdowns." And she said, "Yes." I said, "Are there any good bargains left?" Because I noticed the last stuff's empty. She goes, "Yeah, there's a few. Go ahead, have fun, look around." Okay, so I just had a carry buggy, and I went around and looked at a couple of things, picked out some stuff and everything. And just having a little old time, you know, having fun. And I came around the corner, and she said, "I have to tell you, I need to tell you this funny story." And I don't know this lady, but she's seen me in there quite a few times. I want to say her name was Valerie, but I might be wrong. Anyway, so she says, "Hey, yarn lady," was what they always end up calling me. She said, "I have to tell you this funny story." I said, "Oh, okay, I'm up for a funny story." She said, "Yesterday, we started doing the markdowns in the morning, and about mid-morning, around 11:30, these 3 ladies come in. I was assuming they were together." And she said, they each had a buggy, you know, Walmart, or Hobby Lobby buggy, not Walmart, Hobby Lobby buggy, and they were just throwing stuff in their buggies. She said they weren't even looking for prices, they were just looking for clearance tags. Oh, I said, "Oh, how funny." I thought she was done with her story. She goes, "Oh no, oh no." One of them would go around the corner to look, and one of the other ones would steal some yarn out of her buggy and put it in her buggy. And then the other one would turn her back and go up the aisle, and that one would steal some yarn out of the one that turned her back. And they were stealing yarn out of each other's buggies. And I was like, "What?" She said, "I don't think they were together, but I sure thought they were." She said, "It was lots of fun to watch." I thought, man, I wish I would have been there. I would have videoed that. The one was like going around the next corner, and she's left her buggy at the end of the aisle, I guess, and they were like stealing out of it. And then the other one would go the other way and steal out of that one. It was so funny. Oh, my word. I wish I'd have been there to see that. I said, "Well, I guess I missed all the excitement then." Anyway, let me show you what I picked up. One of the things I got was this. Isn't this cute? I'm gonna, it says yarn is a lifestyle. This is a plastic vinyl bag. And I thought, this is a perfect bag. I love it. Okay, I let the price tag on there, $1.74. So make sure when you go to Hobby Lobby, you check around on the aisle where all the accessories are as well. Okay, I am going to click over to my other camera so you can see better. Okay, so there's the bag. Isn't that neat? It's a nice size bag. $1.74. Okay, the other bag I got, I'll show you when we're done. All right, so I picked up these, and I got 3 of these. Aren't these pretty? This is the glowing finch feather. Let's see. I guess that is the color. It's a medium 4, $1.37 a piece. I got 3 of those. I thought that was beautiful for spring. It's green and teal. I'm really looking forward to making something fun with that. Okay, then I picked up some more of these. Now I have some of these. They're called Lazy Days. I paid the $6.99, but I got them on 30% off before. And these 2 colors I didn't have. This is, it looks like linen. I can't see it. And this one says clay. Okay, and this is a really interesting yarn. I've already started something with the 2 of the other colors that I got. So I grabbed these 2. They're $1.74. These were $1.37. I forgot to tell you that. All right, I picked those up. And then I picked up 2 of these. This is something I've not tried before. It's called Pigment and Fiber Green Thumb. It's got all shades. And I thought I might be able to do something fun for the garden. Maybe a wind hanger. What do you call those things? Spinner. This is a number 1. I'm looking for the fiber content on there. Let's see. I don't see it. Of course, they like to, oh, there it is. 60% acrylic, 20% wool, and 20% nylon. And I went ahead and got 2 of those. Not a wind spinner. What's it called? It hangs and it blows in the wind. Anyway, I have an idea to make those with that. I got another one of these for $1.24. It's a scrubby yarn. I got 4 of these. And I've not worked with this a lot. These were $1.24. Light blue, iceberg. This one is the cotton. I have used that one. And this one is cotton as well. 99 cents, $1.24. These are not. They're, it's called Lyocell. I'll have to look up to see what that is. It feels like a really soft cotton. And I would probably use it as that. Those are really some nice ones. And then the last thing I got was this. This was $3.74 for this Big O blanket yarn by Burnett. You can see it was regularly $14.99. And it's called the tie-dye-ish. And I have some of those. And this one is shades of beige and brown. I'll show you this one up front so you can see it better. And I bought this particularly because I was looking for this particular one because it's going to go with, I'm going to use some of this because I bought a Burnett blanket the other day when I was at Hobby Lobby because we're going to make a stuffy with it, okay? And so I got all this yarn for $26 plus that bag and this one. Isn't that cute? And this one was super cheap also. $1.24. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's a good sturdy bag, and it has these right here, these holes that have that brad around it. And I thought that would be good to hook things in, like your Coffee and Crochet with Sara bag. You could hook it on there with all your stuff in it. And since it has 2, you could also hook your keys or something else. Of course, I never carry keys. Isn't that terrible? I have a fob for my car, so I just throw that in the bottom of my purse, and then I have the garage door opener, so I just hit the button to go in the garage. I rarely ever even use a key. So anyway, that's what I got at Hobby Lobby. I thought you'd like to see. But like I said, when you are calling Hobby Lobby and talking to Hobby Lobby, I know we're all anxious. We want to get some good bargains. And they're really doing a big redo in their yarn department. they had a whole lot of their chunky yarns on sale. I have an enormous tub, along with what I have back here, of chunky yarns. And so I thought, I am not going to get any more chunky yarns. Excuse me. And I love chunky yarns. They had a whole lot more of those and a lot of other yarns on sale that I just didn't buy. But I'm telling you, all you have to do is come across as super nice, super kind, and super thankful. Because I am very thankful to be able to get some beautiful yarns on clearance. And so, windsock. Thank you, Paula. That's what it's called. My brain could not think of that. I have a windsock pattern, and I've been wanting to update the video for it. And I thought that would be super fun to use those colors. Now, I used a medium weight 4 on my original windsock, and these are 1, so I might double it since I bought 2 of them so that it would be a little bit thicker. I might even triple it. And then use all the different colors so that they would be outdoor garden colors. I think it would be fun. Anyway, we'll see. I always have big plans that don't always come to fruition. That's why I have so much yarn. I rarely buy yarn without a plan. But my plans don't always work out. So, anywho. All right, lastly, before I let you go, I want to talk about what's new this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Now, last Friday, we did the Ruffle Coaster, and I absolutely love making these. I'm going to put this camera back over here so you can see. It's a really simple coaster, and you can use 1, 2, or 3 colors, and I'm actually using one over here for my coffee. This one is my favorite. I did it all in this wildflower color. And they're all made out of cotton, but you don't have to make them out of cotton. If you're just going to use these just to like protect your table and not worry about a glass that's going to sweat, then don't worry about it. But they will fit your basic coffee cup, and I've got a wine glass over here. You can see they'll fit the wine glasses and a regular water glass, and so there's a nice lot of room in there for it. So if your glass is one that sweats, it'll work just fine. And this is an excellent way to use up leftover bits of cotton and make something super cute. The other thing about these is you don't have to use them as coasters. The size of them make great face scrubbies or to clean the kitchen and bathroom sink. So there's lots of really fun uses. And like I said, if you want to make them out of acrylic, you certainly can, because it's just medium weight, number 4 yarn. I just love this little ruffle, and this one's my favorite because it looks like to me like an ice cream cone with sprinkles, because it's got the brown, and then we used the sprinkle yarn on the outside. And you can see that, you can do variegated and solids, solids and variegated, or like this one, brights with all 3 colors. And you can do it all one color or all different. And these are great to just have on hand so that anytime you have a party, people don't get their cups mixed up or people over. They're just fun to have on hand. Especially like me, I've got a lot of tables, and some of them are wood. Now I want to keep the wood surfaces nice and not get the rings from the cups on them. So anyway, that's a great way to use up your cotton. And then what we did yesterday, I have to laugh about this. I'm going to tell you a funny story about that as well. But anyway, this is I'm trying to unroll it. I've got it on my lap here. This is where is the end of it? There it is. Scrap Happy Chevron blanket, and this blanket is huge. If you look at the video, I've got it sprawled across my 9-foot couch, and it was so funny because someone put on YouTube, "Are you really sure it's 190 inches?" And I didn't mean to put that, and I didn't catch it. My tester didn't catch it. It's actually 80 inches long. But the truth is, if you want it to be 190 inches, it can. It really doesn't matter. We fixed it, of course, in the pattern, but we had a good laugh over that. It's just, this pattern is so easy. It's just a 2-row repeat. You stitch all of it in the back loops, and that way it's beautiful on the back and the front. The only difference is you've got your single crochets indented or indentations here, and on the back it's your double crochets. And it makes a really thick warm blanket, and we stitch it up using 2 strands. And this is where those crazy balls come into play, because what I do, and I've talked about this before, is I roll up crazy balls of my leftover yarns. I go ahead and put a knot in them, and I do some with 2 strands of yarn, 3 strands, and 4 strands. That way I can decide which ones I want to use. And sometimes I unroll them and re-roll them. And in this blanket, it has variegated, it has solids, it has ombres, it has everything. And the only main thing that's important is that you use all the same weight, medium weight number 4, and you don't mix your fibers. Okay? Because if you use a wool, it's going to wash up different than your acrylic. Same thing with your cottons. If you want to make a complete cotton blanket, you can. If you want to make a complete acrylic, or maybe complete wool or alpaca or whatever fiber that you're using, you certainly can. You don't have to use your scraps. You can buy yarn specifically to make this blanket. Okay, and so it's just a fun blanket. It's warm. I'm keeping it. And it took me over a year to make, because I finished it up this month and I started it last year in January. Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So that's how long it took me. What's that, 15 months? And I just finished it. And really, I could have made it even longer. My dogs, they love blankets, of course. But to be honest with you, they really prefer a crochet blanket. I made them poofs. And then I made them the little fleece blankets with the crochet around the edges. And they get on their poofs and they take their noses and they flick those fleece blankets off and lay on the poofs that are crochet. They do, for some reason, they just really, they don't like the other blankets. They prefer a crochet blanket. And the blanket that they use on my bed is one that my mother-in-law made many years ago. And I just laid across the bed and they snuggle all up in it. And it's just beiges and browns. And they love that blanket. It's not mine. It's theirs. It's a big blanket too. Big and warm. So anyway, some things that are coming. Next Monday, if everything works out according to testing, I have it's a summer top that can also be used like a bathing suit cover-up, because it's going to be open and lacy. And it's going to have sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X. But actually, the way that it's made, it's super easy to make bigger and smaller, and you can make it as long as you want. It's a real basic pattern. And if you've never made a top before, it's a good pattern to practice on. It's just really easy to adjust. And then we got some Easter things coming as well, because Easter's coming quickly. We've got an Easter stuffy and some coasters, and I think a spring flower. So there's a lot of different things coming up. I get emails every day probably about, can you make this, or can you make that, or can you do a quick video of this? And so I just really wanted to touch on this real quick before we go. When we are designing patterns, all of my videos are patterns that I have written myself and have designed. And then we test them and we get them out there. Every pattern has a photo tutorial, and a video. Okay, so what happens is it takes time to design, to write, to video, edit videos, all of those things, edit photos. And so there just is no way to do something like a quick video. Even the this and that videos and the Where's Sarah's videos, those are not videos that you can just whip out real quick, okay? The second thing is, when we're doing tutorials, they're planned way in advance. In other words, right now, I'm planning fall stuff. And taking a guess that stuff's going to be great in the fall, And sometimes things change. I'll make something and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. and I'll set it aside and I might pick it up again later. Or I'll make something in a yarn that I think was just going to be gorgeous, and then I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that yarn works for that. Okay, and so those things may change. But when someone sends me an email or a message and asks me to make something, I put it on my list so that I can look at it later, see if it's going to work into what we're doing, and if I have something. Sometime, more times than not, I already have a video or a pattern for something like that. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of how that works. All right. So if you asked me to make something and you're like, I asked you to make this and you never did, it's not because I don't want to. It's just, it has to be worked in the plan, and I may already have a pattern for it, or, you know, because everything's planned in advance. Okay. I just wanted to touch on that real quick before I let you go. But we're going over 30 minutes, so it's time to go. So thank you all for being here today. I love all of you, and I'll see you next week.